Downtown San Diego. Kogo News Time, 7:12.
Patch of trouble, optimism wanes after renewed oil prices decline.
Joining us on the Kogo News live line is oil and gas industry expert David Taylor. And David, I know that most of us are thrilled that gas prices are going down. Okay, everybody except for California because we don't get to break. But what does this mean for oil producers?
Well, I feel bad that you don't get some of those breaks because we're looking at some fantastic oil prices right now. But it's not always a positive story whenever the prices go down a little bit, because the way most states earn their income is actually through oil exploration and through the refining. So we've found a lot of jobs are being terminated. There's a lot of downturn in the investment sector, and so even though that you're getting all these quality price reductions, and that should go through almost to the end of the year, there's still a couple negatives that go on out there, but it's not all bad. It's not all doom and gloom.
So it's not all doom and gloom. How long until there's a rebound, though, is the question.
I think that's a great question, and that's going to be up to the Saudis and see how much that Iran puts into production. I think right now you're going to start seeing pretty much the base. This should be the basement of the oil pricing. In Texas, where we are, we do a lot of investing into independent drillers and also into a lot of the service companies. And what we're finding is this is a really great time to invest. It's something like, it's like the real estate industry. It's always going to go back up. But right now is the time you want to buy low, because I think the prices will rebound in about the next year, getting back to the 50s and 60s.
Now, OPEC, they talk a lot about cutting their production, especially when prices go as low as they are or have been for, the last, 6 to 8 months, something like that. They always say that they're going to cut production, and they never do. And that seems to go against their best interests.
Well, I don't hear them saying they're going to cut production. Every time I hear them, they're going to stay very firm, and they might even rise production just because they want Russia to suffer. They want the United States shale groups to suffer. They're playing a game of chicken, and right now it's hurting everybody. It doesn't make sense to sell an asset that's worth $100 for $30. It doesn't make sense for anybody. But they're doing it to flood the market and to show dominance. So I like what we're doing here in the States, which is improving our efficiencies. We're investing into infrastructure, and we're doing things that they probably wish we weren't.
All right, so getting the latest on those oil prices. So you think when, David, that the oil prices will start going back up?
I think you're going to have, if we're talking about the barrel prices, I think it's going to stay this way for a little while. I'd say probably 6 months. And I think if you're talking about the pump prices, you're looking at a good reprieve for at least all the way through the winter.
All right. So sorry. Unfortunately, we're out of time. That's gas and oil industry expert David Taylor.